A lot of people have the misconception that millionaires are strange animals who are born in a different way than the rest of us. It's possible it is true, but even if it's not, the fact of the matter is that it doesn't really make a difference. What is most important to realize is that billionaires think about the world in a different way, and that is something that the rest of us can take away from their perspective. Individuals who achieve outstanding results in life often behave in a manner that is dissimilar to that of the majority of others. And the reason they behave differently is because of the diverse ways in which they think. Although while not all of us have what it takes to become a billionaire, many of us have the potential to achieve much greater levels of success if we modify our behaviors. Here are a few ways how billionaires think differently from rest of us. Let's get started. Billionaires have a very long-term perspective. No matter where you are on the social ladder, most people are worried about making it through the next week, month, or weekend. It's not always because they have to. We just tend to think in the short term. It's a short-sighted way of thinking that never leads to anything good in the long run. A billionaire, on the other hand, makes decisions and acts in order to reach goals that are often at least 10 years away. People who become billionaires don't put money away in case of an emergency. Don't get me wrong. They do have plans in place for emergencies, like insurance, but most of the money they save is for opportunities that they know will come up years from now, not for an emergency it could happen tomorrow or not. We all have to live within the limits of our current finances and be honest about how things are right now. At the same time, we have to start sowing the seeds for our future opportunities, even though we might have to work hard to get by today. There's no reason we can't spend some time working on something that will make life better in 5 years. Most people tend to overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but severely underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Billionaires value time over money. Money isn't as real to a billionaire as it is to most other people. When you make $10 million a month, it doesn't matter if you buy a $200,000 car or not. Billionaires value time above all else. Because of this, they often have drivers, private planes, and helpers. On the other hand, many of us are willing to give up too much time to save money. This is sometimes necessary, but many people go too far with it. We should try to use our time for things that are more important. Think about it like this. If you make $100 an hour and find out that you can save $100 by doing a certain task yourself, instead of hiring someone else to do it, but it will take you 3 hours to do it, and will only cost you $100 to pay someone else to do it, you should pay someone else to do it. Even though this is a bad example, I often have to ask myself what I'm doing with my time that keeps me from making money. If I spend a lot of time on things that keep me from making money, I should think about hiring someone else to do them, or just not doing them at all. We figured out that the hours we spent on our business instead of other things made us thousands of dollars a month, which is a lot more than what we paid to get rid of those other things. I'm not saying that if you pay someone to mow your lawn, you'll make more money, but I am saying that we should all take a closer look at the things that take us away from our earning potential and decide if we would be better off valuing our time more than the money we save by doing the activity ourselves. Billionaires Delegate. You can't just make $1 billion by yourself. Many entrepreneurs have trouble growing past a certain point, and this is often because they won't let other people do the work. It's better to make 1% of what 1,000 people make than 100% of what you make on your own. As much as you can, delegate. Look for better ways to spend your time all the time. I helped start the software company many years ago. I had to do everything on my own at first. All the marketing, sales, operations, billing, collecting, etc., while my partner did all the technology development, networking, security, and product development. It was crazy, but it was important. We had to delegate at some point, but I didn't want to. The main reason was that in order to delegate, I had to make systems that others could use to copy my success. This took me about a year to finish, but once I did, I was able to bring other people into every part of my business, while also being able to track their progress against thoughtful and relevant success metrics. Once this happened, I could spend most of my time growing the business, making and keeping strategic plans, and coming up with a plan for our business to grow in other markets. People who think like billionaires are always looking for good ways to delegate so they can repeat or improve their own success. Billionaires have big goals. Billionaires don't want a six-figure salary, a Range Rover, or a trip to Paris for a week. Their goals are more like taking over the healthcare technology industry or owning 1,000,000 units of residential real estate. Without big goals, you can't do big things. As I said before, not everyone has what it takes to be a billionaire. And not everyone wants to be a billionaire. But we can all learn a lot from how billionaires think. We could probably all use a kick in the pants when it comes to setting goals, though. We all have problems with money, and we often put limits on what we think we are worth, which limits what we can earn. If you think about it, your goals are often the result of the limits you've put on yourself. For example, if your goal is to make 6 figures, it's because you've told yourself that's all you want to do. Most likely because you don't think that's too crazy. But that's more of a limit you set for yourself than a goal. If you were a Dodge Challenger, would you set the top speed of the car to 55 miles per hour? If you did that, it's not a speed goal, it's a speed limit. Our roads have speed limits for obvious reasons, but when it comes to our goals, there are no speed limits. Think hard about your goals, then step on the gas and open up the throttle to see how fast you can really go. Even if you don't make it, you'll move faster than you thought was possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. See you in the next video. Keep learning, keep growing with Elite Finance.